Second chances. Every teenage dream is to fall in love with their knight in shining armor. Since we turned 13, all of our thoughts are put to that one boy we always thought as the cutest in our class. You make him everything you want in your imagination, but is he the one for you? Unfortunately, no one really knows who that guy is, living in every girl's imagination. I've got my own story about all this classical stuff every girl is put through. With it, we can really look deeper to that dream boy we have all made up once. Looking into my past, I will always remember this special story that made me stronger than ever. You know about the superficial details, but I will lead you to the most secret facts in this story. So I think you probably know this boy I'm talking about, but if not, I'll refresh your memory. I used to hate him because I believed I was too much for him, but in our school trip to Bogota, everything went upside down. It started as a phone prank and it ended on the idea of making a great couple together. I think it was some kind of punishment from life for me acting as a little brat. I spent so much time thinking of him that I finally told him everything I felt. It was like when Rita decided to leave her old life and fight for what she wanted. She was so enthusiastic and ready to move on, and so did I. It was the worst decision I've ever made. I totally damaged our friendship that was still growing. You may think this story is a cliché, but it really made me love myself and appreciate the little things in life. After taking the big step and speaking up, I thought every chance was lost. And they were. Few days later, we stopped talking to each other, and it was a matter of time for the sometime called friendship to be over. I was clearly rejected by the boy I thought could be the one. Years passed, and we strictly spoke if necessary. Nobody knows the teardrops I cried because of that awful ending. As any girl at my age, I thought we could be happy and live the rest of our lives together. But does that exist? I don't know. I just knew at that time that everything I imagined was now just a dream, far away to be true. I knew this had to stop. My beliefs carried me to make a pause and hit flash forward to another time. I decided not to think about him by using my time for other activities. By the time I woke up from that nightmare, I had lost 3 years of my youth. It was after summer vacations when I met this boy that changed the story. At first, it was a normal friend relationship, but soon it started to be something way much cooler. I had a blast every time I chatted with him because we liked totally opposite stuff, so we tried to learn about each other. After all, time had paid. Now, I had reached that moment in which I always wanted to be. The moment when I realized I had everything, it felt amazing. There is a list of tons of words that could describe that feeling. I won in life because I had the most wonderful person by my side. It felt great to know that with one decision, your whole life could turn around and get into place. You get the feeling like when a Keanu re-encounters his sister. It was so emotional. They ran into each other and hugged, never letting go. That moment could frame exactly what I felt the day my life began. Dear Kiwi, I hope this letter helps you to find the answers you have been looking for. You know that when we were just kids, we loved to talk about all those cute boys. We fell in love with everyone that said something sweet to us. We imagined a whole life with them, and we just met them 2 weeks ago. Recently, I suffered a lot because of love, and I want to thank you for all your support. Do you remember when I told you all about how I fell in love with him? It was because of that phone prank my friends and I did to him on our trip to Bogota. You know that I lost my friends without any reasons, and that was when I met you. I always thought that suffering was all because of karma, You know my past and how I acted upon everybody. Finally, I paid my price. I told him I felt something deep down in my heart, and he totally broke it apart. The only good thing of that story was having the most enduring life experience ever. After all the drama, he never spoke to me again. Just remember what he put me through all those days when the only thing I did was cry makes me mad at him. I was not mature enough to notice that we never had a thing, so I was the only one dreaming about a husband and little kids. You were there to guide me every time I had a breakdown. Like when Charlie St. Cloud had to accept his little brother had to leave finally to heaven and rest in peace. You helped me accept there were no possibilities for him and me to be an item. I decided to stop giving my heart and soul to an unreal love. Anytime I mention him, you change the subject and act as if it has never happened. It wasn't until I met Andres when I got really out of that game. He changed my life, and all because of deciding to wait and don't let anyone hurt me. Now, I can say I have the most wonderful person by my side. I love him as much as he loves me. Finally, like Cinderella, I got the prince for me, and all the pain caused by other ones was completely blown away from my life. I hope you can find the answer and follow your heart in the next decision about love. I know it is hard to make the right choice, but in the end, it doesn't even matter how you do it. If something is for you, it will come with time. With love, Nati.